Okay, so I want to look at problem 14 and 18 out of chapter 6. And in problem 14, it gives me this table right here, which basically says we're going to charge people $250 a year for life insurance. If they die, I give them $100,000. So if they die at age 21, I ended up losing $99,750. Cost me $100,000, but I made $250. Here I made another 250, another 250, another 250, another 250. And after they get to age 26, then they no longer get any money for dying, so I keep all 1250. Here are the probabilities according to that problem. And so the first thing I have to do on problem 14, after I explain what this means, so this means, I made $250 a year for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but I still had to pay $100,000. Part B says find the missing probability. Find the number that goes here. Well, I already typed these numbers into my calculator, so I can see that L2 adds up to that. 1 minus that must be the number that's left. So that number right there, 99058, is what's going to go right here, 99058. And so I'll go ahead and fill that in as well to my calculator right here. Of course, as usual, pause the video at any time if you need to do it to catch up. And then part C of problem 14 says calculate the mean. Well, the work is going to say take 99,750 times that plus the product of those and those and those and those and those. So plus ... 1250 times 0.99058. Using my calculator, I could go to L3 and multiply L1 times L2. And now I'm going to sum up L3. There's the mean, $303.35. 303.3525. Of course, I could also use my calculator to do it this way. Stat calc 1 bar stats. The list is L1, the frequency is L2, and there is the mean. As we can see, 3.3525 right there. Now in problem 18, I'll go ahead and skip to part B. It says find the standard deviation. There's the standard deviation, 9707. But I'll do it on the calculator as well. So to find the standard deviation, I'll go ahead and do it in L4. I'm going to take each of the numbers, each of these numbers right here, which is in L1, subtract the mean, 303.3525, square it, and multiply it by its probability. The probability is in L2. That's these numbers. If I add up L4, I'll get the variance. And then if I square root that number, I get the standard deviation, which of course is this number right here. Now you can see the standard deviation is really large. And the fact that the standard deviation is so big, that means there's a lot of spread going on among all the results. There's a lot of variability going on. Some people come away with these amounts. Some people lose $1,250, or from the insurance company's point of view, sometimes they make $1,250, sometimes they lose almost $100,000. But on average, and now this is back to part A of problem 18, on average, the law of large numbers says if we insure lots and lots and lots of people, we will expect the insurance company to average $303 of income for each person they insure, because most people end up here. 99% of people end up here, which is where the insurance company makes money. Those other ones, the insurance company loses money. But if they insure enough people, their average income will be $303. That's the amount that they profit after they've covered the expense of the small number of people who die between 21 and 25.